Okay. Hope that volume's not too high. Oh, it might be a little too high still. Oh, right there. I messed with a couple things on the PC today, so. Try that. Okay, let's switch this over. Okay. So, we are going to talk about Once Human today for a little while. You know what? Before I do that, before we start that, hang on, let me move it. So, we are going to look at some of the new stuff from Once Human, sorry, Studio, whatever you want to call them, and see what the CBT3 stuff is going to be about. We're going to look at some of the new Deviant stuff, look over some of the stuff that they've talked about. We're going to open the package, of course. I have some other clips and snippets that probably didn't see that I'll have to stitch in later for an actual video, not just a live video. What's in the box? Hey, what's up, Hawk? How you doing, man? I didn't feel like just recording a video straight off tonight, and I just rearranged my entire desk to try to compensate for desk space. So we'll see how that goes. Before I do that, do that before I forget. Okay. I was gonna do it in the Once Human category, but it's just it's having a hard time lately. Oh. We're just gonna go with this and wing it. So, anyway, I'm gonna turn this down. So let's start with something. What are we going to look at first? You know, I brought... That's not it. This is why I didn't start with a video. Let's just go through this. Let's see what this looked like first. All right. It's coming out soon. Well, sort of. I mean, there's a CBT3 starting in not the end of this month, technically. Start of April. But yes. All right. So... ignore this date, first of all. That date is incorrect because they postponed it a couple days. Probably because there's some other titles and stuff there, and they were working on their stuff. Like I said, we're going to look at some other really weird window. Why does the window look like... No. No, I'll just do it myself. See, I knew what I was kind of getting into the things. Okay, so multiplayer trailer. music is going to bug me, so we're just going to shut that off for now. So this was their newest. Like, I don't have a keyboard right here right now because we're going to open the box here and stuff, but it's a little disorienting. This was the trailer from the IGN Fan Fest that a lot of people missed. So we're going to start with this. What is this, not in 4K? Here we go. No. Now, that little snippet, ignore the date. That little snippet that you just saw, we're going to get more in-depth into because there's actually more development since then for the Deviants. And like I said, I have a little bit of... Where is it? They sent over a couple of videos and snippets of some of them that I don't think were in a lot of these clips. So, a lot of them are just like, you know, like little recording things that you'd want to snip together, which I'll do later in a video, but stuff like this. But we'll look at that after. Look at that after. Anyway, the date for the test is not the 28th. The date for the test is the 3rd of April, I think it is. 3rd or 4th, something like that. But yes, this was the most recent trailer that they showed from IGN Fan Fest. A lot of people missed it. There was actually an interview with Derek as well, which actually wasn't in this portion of the video. Let me see here. I'm going to point out something in this. Where was it? I love how they're bringing this character into fruition more now. The good old bus. Now the space whale, and if you guys have seen the previous tests, you would have seen the space whale be just a whale, really. They've redesigned it again and added on to it. You can kind of see where they added on like the jet pieces, like the jet engine, like the plane fuselages, and just the whole 9 yards on top of the whale, which I think looks a lot better. But originally it was just the whale that you would start the game with fighting, which was really disorienting and weird. So it'll be very interesting. Yeah, I think it's the 4th. Makes sense. Okay. A lot of the stuff you would have seen from the previous test. And that would be part of the new deviant system there. Okay, so let's go back. Now, this was video. Mind you, they released that official multiplayer trailer 2 weeks ago from the IGN Fan Fest, right? Now, this trailer right here, they released 4 days ago. The IGN video, 8.2K views, right? The new Deviants one, almost 500,000 views already. So let's look at the new Deviants. Oh, I actually have this clip. Oh, those are a lot better quality than the ones they sent me, I think. Yes. $500,000 views just to that little tiny one. Just that little tiny clip. Right? Now, the clips that I have are actually 1080p. I think these are like 4K clips that they have here, but I have a little bit more on some of these clips than what's shown here, so we'll look at those in a bit. Let's see. So we have, we got the Nutcracker guy. We got the little teddy bear guy. We got the rabbit, sheep, alpaca? I don't know what that is. We have some bees. We have some good old beavers doing the work. We've got some I don't know what those are. Blockheads? We've got that little jelly guy. Now, I don't even know what this is. This looks like a spirit animal of some sort. But the little jelly guy looks like you can actually double him up as a cover system. They are a figment of our imagination, just like future. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure they exist. April 3rd. Haha, see? I was right. So, very, very interesting what they're trying to do with the deviant system. Well, not even trying. They redid the entire deviation system. So, this test is going to be really interesting because it looks like they've taken the deviant system, which was kind of weird. Like before this last test, it was way, way different. This last test, way, way different. And now the new test will be almost like Pal World mixed with Once Human, right? Meshed together. So it's going to be really interesting. Now, I know that they've talked about it a little bit in Discord and such with people that have been questioning and all that. So there's been some stuff that I've missed in there that I'm not going to like dig around for too much because it's going to be a giant pain in the butt. And I kind of want it to be fresh when I find it. But let's see. Meet the develop. Nope, not that. They didn't put the video on here from weird. They didn't actually put the video on here from IGN when they interviewed Derek, which is strange. Yep, this is the same one we just watched. I know a bunch of people have been making different videos and stuff talking about the game and all that. Oh, wait.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to FanFest presented by
There we go.
Once Human. I'm Alan Wheeler, and if you've never faced a horde of interdimensional
thank you for
beings,
I appreciate it.
You're in luck, because I have just the guy to help you. He is the head of operations at
We're gonna-
Story Studio, the team behind Once Human, an upcoming supernatural multiplayer
We're gonna
survival
open
game.
up.
Please join me in welcoming Derek.
There's
Welcome.
Derek. We'll open up the stuff here in a few minutes.
Now, we've got a special trailer that we're going to show our audience later in this segment, but before we do that, let's talk about the strange and supernatural world of Once Human.
I had to move.
In this post-apocalyptic,
I had to move the
open world,
camera
players
and
have
like
to
reset
explore,
everything up.
combat and craft to survive, but they aren't facing zombies or fungal creatures. No, they're facing creatures from another dimension called the Great Ones. What makes Once Human different from other open-world multiplayer survival games?
So first of all, thank you very much for having me here. And I think I can answer your question from two perspectives. So first one being the worldview and gameplay features. So because we are a huge fan of SCP and the work of Mr. Lovecraft, our game design concept is deeply inspired by those. Apart from the usual survival game mechanics that we have designed, we have also designed a very unique features called containment, so that players can capture and contain the deviations, also known as the combat companions. So you can use their supernatural power to explore the world more effectively. And second being our dev team itself. So the greatest mission, apart from developing the game itself, is to listen to our players' feedbacks and voice. We value this very, very much. So you can consider this game as a continuously evolving game, but based on players' feedback.
Speaking about the development team,
now I can definitely say that during the early days of Once Human, earlier days of Once Human, they were very, I mean, they still are, obviously, but they were very, very much like on top of feedback with players. And I mean, now it's kind of hard to do because there's, literally hundreds of thousands of people trying to get in and play and everything else. But back then it was, there's only been very few studios that I've seen that interact as much with their testers and such, and Starry Studio was definitely one of the ones that, is up on the top, where, they don't just give you a feedback form and say, here, post your idea, whatever, we'll get to it. We see, we listen, we hear you, that type of thing that you always hear from every other game. But, interviewing and spending time with them and interaction, explaining. I mean, I've talked about all this when I was doing the streams for Once Human and such. A simple example was the crossbow. With originally, it wasn't even like an intended main weapon, really. That expanded on because the testers at the time were continually using the crossbow, and the team there was like, hey, why are you guys using the crossbow so much? And, everybody explained that everybody liked crossbows, everybody wanted, more quieter weapons just as much as bigger weapons, and so on from there. And then that expanded into incorporating things like the actual crossbows in the game and the upgraded crossbows and, so on and so forth. So they're constantly listening and adapting different things. Obviously, like I said, it's harder to do now because there's so many voices at once. But I can at least attest from the earlier perspective point where they were very, 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 very interactive with the teams.
What was your team's vision behind the game?
Well, that's always simple and straightforward, which is to make Once Human a worldwide game so we can serve more players around the world. But we understand, like, survival game, this genre is super competitive, and there are a lot of outstanding titles over there. So we want to add some cherries on top of that.
Those were rather interesting in the last test.
This genre is super competitive, and there are a lot of outstanding titles over there. So we want to...
Interestingly enough, I don't know if they're going to do it or not in this test. I'm gonna have to ask them about that, actually. The mobile-based system was, I mean, the first implementation testing of it was this last test that everybody saw, but there was other aspects of the mobile-based system that were not shown, which I'm assuming they might even be saving for later on, possibly. I don't know. But there is, like, thinking about what else you could do with a vehicle, like, like a semi-truck, let's say. What else could you do with that isn't just building a base in the back of it? What other things could you use that type of structure for or attach to it?
to add some cherries on top of the cake, meaning that we want to attract our players with intriguing narratives and innovative gameplay features. Also, we want to craft the Once Human world to become a very open world. So no matter what kind of player you are, you can choose the way you want to live in this open world.
Now, let's chat about Once Human's gameplay modes. Each server can hold over 4,000 players, letting players create tribes, pillage other players, and fight against the Great Ones to loot gear and treasure. During your most recent beta, which modes did players tend to play more? And out of all the Great Ones, which one is your favorite as far as design and gameplay experience?
So actually, there are two modes that players tend to play more. So the first one is the immersive explorations inside the Once Human world. Players really enjoy exploring the world, fighting with the unknown creatures, and to solve the puzzles. And second mode is the building mechanics. So we found out that there's a lot of talented architectures inside the game. So they can use our building tools to build magnificent buildings. For example, you can find castles or even palace in the sky. And to answer your second question, actually, my favorite is not the Great Ones. It's the monster look like a bus with feet. I really like it. Like most of the players, the reason is very simple is because that was very fascinating design, and it looks so damn cool.
Now, were you surprised at any of the behavior that the players showcased during the beta?
Yes, of course. So at the very first beginning, right? So we were expecting a relatively compact size of the testing participants. We were expecting like maybe 20,000 maximum. But the enthusiasm from the players really exceeded our expectations. And I really want to use this opportunity. And I really found the players really exceeded our expectations.
A very shiny, form-fitting suit with high heels there. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
And I really want to use this opportunity to say thank you to all of your support.
Now, Once Human has already had 2 closed betas, but there is a 3rd closed beta coming in March. You also have this concept called We Hear You, where you put the players first, listening and prioritizing their needs for the game. What have you heard from the fan base, and what are you planning to add or optimize in the next closed beta?
So actually, we heard a lot of voice saying that we need more like testing servers. So yes, we're gonna add the European testing servers in the closed beta test for the upcoming one, and then we're gonna expand the test participants from 20,000 to 150,000. So that's the first thing.
Now, getting on that topic, right? Once Human, Starry Studio was not a very big studio starting out. I'm sure they've expanded substantially since the last test because of how many people's interests, etc. And I'm sure some of their backers were probably like, you know what, we need more people working on this. But they are based out of China and such, and I know they're they've been working on getting over here more and so forth. But there has been some things lost in translation at times. There has been some things that don't translate over as well when they explain things. So, with the explanation of this test being brought up to 150,000, I know they've also mentioned that if you were in the past tests, you would be in this one and so forth. I would take that to the bank, so to say. You need to make sure that you or your friends immediately, as soon as you are able to, get the client downloaded and so forth. You can download the client now, I believe. But download the client, get it ready. Don't just do what so many people did on the last test. Make a goddamn character. Get a character made. Get in the game, right? Even if you're only in the game for like 2 minutes, it doesn't matter. Make a character and get in the game. That way, your account is secured with access for the entire testing phase. Because a lot of people last time would just download the game and they thought they got in. They didn't get in. And I'm pretty sure that quite possibly this test that's being expanded on to 150,000 and the mention of including everybody from the past tests, etc., won't just include everybody from the past tests. You need to make sure that you get in and make the character. It's really important if you want to play in the test, of course. If you don't, then whatever. But it's not going to just involve everybody. So they're trying, from the sounds of it, from the little bits that I've heard, but I think there's going to be some stuff that's kind of lost in translation between how they've explained it and when it happens, and I think some people might get emo about it because, like, looking at the last test, that was only supposed to be 20,000 people. They expanded that to ridiculous amounts. So we'll see how they do. They're also including the EU servers and such too. So, and I mean, they last test they scaled up the servers from the 20K to exponential amounts really fast, and incorporated a queue system that functioned really well, actually. Like within like an hour of the servers going up. So I would expect them to do the same type of thing here.
And secondly is that we receive hundreds and thousands suggestions, feedbacks every day, and we take it very seriously because we prioritize our players' needs. So one example that I can give to you is that there's one feature called the message flowers. Basically, everyone hated. So we noticed that, and we make some changes. So right now, we add the filtering mechanism, so players they can filter the message flowers, and also we add a blocking system, so players they can just block the entire message flowers.
I know that our time is almost up, but real quick, would you mind teasing us with some of the future developments you have planned?
Yes, one thing is very exciting to share is that I know a lot of players they're waiting for the mobile version. So in the upcoming closed beta test, we're gonna have a mobile version finally, and so players they can play Once Human at any time, anywhere they want.
The mobile version has been talked about many, many, many times over the development of Once Human, and I can't even remember a time where like it was actually tested. Realistically, I think they might have had one like a long time ago. But this will be the biggest inclusion of the mobile version of it. So they're not going to have nearly as many people in that test. You do have to you fill out a survey thing about the mobile version if you want to try to get into the mobile version. So it'll be really interesting to see how this game translates over to mobile. But yeah.
And second thing is that we keep brainstorming some very innovative and interesting game features to the game to become like more immersive for our players. So one example I can give to you, but it's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee. Remember that.
Is that we are now creating some EDM music festival inside the game, and that will be hosted on the snowy mountain. So players they can listening to the music festival while skiing. That's some direction that we are looking forward to because we want to provide different and various gameplay features to the players.
Well, that is very exciting. Thank you so much, Derek. It was a pleasure having you on. Now, if you want to jump into the closed beta this March for Once Human,
this April,
the free-to-play open world survival game, then make sure to follow them at discord.gg/oncehuman for all their biggest updates, or you can follow them on X and Facebook. But before we go, here is a special trailer for Once Human. Enjoy.
Now, this is the one we already saw, so we don't need to rewatch that right now. But, yeah, mobile, they're expanding it, EU servers, they rebuilt the entire deviation system, which is really interesting because it took them 8 months from the previous, not the last test, but the previous test before that. It took them 8 months, and they rebuilt practically the entire game. Now they've, in like a couple months, rebuilt the entire deviant system. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how that impacts the game because, I mean, before it was just, players and survival aspect, whereas now it's the deviant system that's kind of incorporating like a Pal World type system from the looks of it into the survival game aspect that we already had. So I don't know what's going to happen with PvP though, because PvP was rough. But we'll see how that goes. I know this was another. Yeah, this was. Yeah, the Lunar New Year introduction thing that they did. Okay. So let's see. It was over here again because I wanted to see if there's any other news in here. Come on, there we go. New feature, new monster, new area available for upcoming beta. That was the other thing too, is the first test, we actually had more levels and more items in the game that we showed off than there were in the last one. So it'll be really interesting to see how that, if they're going to keep with that or if they're bringing it backwards a little bit or what they're doing. New monsters, showcased in the trailer, a creature with a drill bit head, formidable new bosses. Metas can explore the much anticipated Eternal Land, a new personalized area where they have the freedom to construct diverse buildings, territories, and puzzle solving. Furthermore, following the advice of players in the previous beta, a brand new PvP season will make its debut in the upcoming test. So that's interesting. I've never actually seen this land, so that'll be really interesting to see how they're going to expand on having an area where you can build territories, buildings, and puzzle solving. The newly added Deviant gameplay, hints of which are hidden in the newly released trailer. Wait, new beta would also include the newly added Deviant. Oh, yeah, Deviant. Got it, yep. Let's see. Demonstrates the numerous in-game multiplayer gameplay modes available as players team up to explore a world and gather resources. Aberration-ridden caves. Defend their territory from monsters. The magic alpaca. Ah, I was right. This is a rabbit from its hat that can be used as a food source, making people wonder if this could be a clue that a pet or companion gameplay will be coming in the future. Well, obviously it is. This is talks about the test. Yep. And this was the last one back in December. Now, take a peek at, this was the 27th, right? So it was too hard to maintain territory systems. They disabled the territory maintenance system both for individuals and that's not, I don't like that. That's not a good. So the territory system was definitely too ridiculous, but disabling the territory maintenance system now also makes it so that buildings would just stay there. So that would be kind of a problem. Oh, wait, hang on. Removal of inactive territory. That's what I get for now. Keep reading here. Inactive player territories occupying important locations, causing obstacles. So we have made optimizations for movement. Territories can be moved to more varied terrains in the future. Besides, both individuals and the hive territory will be removed after an inactivity period that is now planned to 7 days. Individual territory can be replaced when the player logs in. Hive territory will be removed if all team members have been inactive, but all Hive members have permission to replace it after logging. That's cool, okay. Purification gameplay optimization. Regarding monsters that will be spawned inside territories during purification gameplay, which resulted in attacks on surrounding territory buildings. In the future, we will continue to optimize territory purification gameplay and limit actions that maliciously target opponent buildings. Okay. Off-road vehicle to be versatile and suitable for multiplayer use. However, its current climbing and speed performance have been found to hinder its usage. Yes. They made adjustments to the physical attributes of the off-road vehicle. Both the car and sports car have been adjusted to optimize their overall user experience and align better with their design intentions. Great. So the car is going to suck on regular land. Physics parameters of the motorcycle and sports car improving their overall usability and aligning them better with their intended design. The bike used to be literally like a Skyrim horse, so it'll be interesting. When buildings in the border region are demolished by defending players in build mode, the materials will be returned to the demolisher. Non-builder. Wait, what? Hang on. Defending players in build mode. Oh, okay. Got you. And this is the thing they just talked about, the flowers. Let's see. Was there anything else that they added in here? I know there's a lot of questions from people, obviously. Let's see. I just wanted to look to see if there's anything that they actually included. Event news. Oh yeah, I forgot. There was other pictures and such too. This is them looking for videos and so forth there. Mr. Wish, Dr. Teddy, Buzzy Bee, and Nutcracker. Huh. They had a voting system in place for it. Where was... No, it's not this. Where was it? That was the IGN thing. Did we look at the... the same thing they posted on... Oh, no, this was posted on my birthday, actually. Okay, so let's see. Every season introduces a fresh journey with a fixed time frame. I mean, we pretty much already know that. 4 different maps. Experiment with various gear and character builds and encounter new enemies. Seasons are not just about new journeys, but fruits of your hard work. At the end of the season, your character and their progress will be transferred to Eternal Land. Okay, so that was the thing they just talked about with testing in this next CBT. From there, you have the freedom to choose what you want to bring with you and begin the next wait. In accordance with the rules set for that particular season. Oof, that's going to be really interesting. So... I know they talk about new, like, exploring new areas and so on and so forth there, so maybe they'll be opening different sections of the map for each individual season, like kind of like they did with the last test. Your character will be transferred to Eternal Land, okay, and then you choose what you want to bring with you to the beginning of the next season, which is interesting aspect because most seasons don't function like that. Most seasons are like, well, that's it, character's retired, start new character, begin a new season. So it'll be really, I'm not sure how that's going to function, but that's an interesting aspect of the seasons. Whether you're seeking for satisfaction of surpassing your previous accomplishments or craving the exhilaration of a brand new adventure, you can either replay the same season or sign up for a different season. Okay, that's... Okay. In every season, everyone starts on equal footing. Okay, but how... We'll have to see how that plays out. Which gives new players a chance to catch up while offering veterans a fresh challenge. This means the game will be more inclusive. Friends play together different times, yada, yada, yada. Season is subdivided into different stages. By completing this task together, you earn rewards, season progress. This is probably going to end up being, a lot of this is going to end up being changed. I know a lot of people were not thrilled with how the season transpired last time. Players can sign up for a new season, embark on their next once human journey. After completing a season, metahumans can bring the resources and blueprints they have accumulated with them when they sign up to a new season. See, that's what I'm talking about, right? A lot of like lost in translation things that don't correlate together very well, but it's a perfect example right there, right? Like if you scroll up a little bit, they talk about everybody starting literally in every season, everybody starts on equal footing, right? But then they talk about after completing a season, you can bring resources and blueprints you've accumulated and sign up to a new season. Okay, obviously, that's not an equal footing. So there's definitely some things that kind of get lost with how they're explaining, and we'll have to kind of see how they play out, because that's obviously not how most seasons function, and that would definitely not create an even footing. In-game tokens, weapon and gear blueprints, mods, skins, building blueprints, titles, in-game friends will all be inherited directly. Yeah, that's not in the same footing. Other more basic inventory resources, such as materials, components, medicines, ammo, will be transferred to Eternal Land Depot. Before the next season begins, players can decide which resources they want to bring with them. Yeah. So that's definitely not starting on the same footing. So that creates, I mean, if it's, if it's a PvE focused thing, who cares, realistically? But if that's being incorporated into something dealing with PvP, that's obviously not on the same footing. So we'll see how that, pans out. Let's see. Eternal Land is a player's permanent mini world and serves a stopover for players transferring to a new season. Metahumans can step in Eternal Land and adjust their mini world at any time. It's a place where items can be permanently stored. Interesting. Resources accumulated when playing through the storyline, rare collectibles gathered in different worlds, or unique building structures can all be stored safely in Eternal Land. So they've already incorporated another entire game-changing world aspect with the incorporation of Eternal Land. So it's going to be really, really strange. Buildings no longer have any upper limits or range restrictions. Jesus Christ. Metahumans are free to let their imaginations run wild and create dazzling building structures unfettered by the normal gameplay restrictions. A zoo, amusement park, or museum, the sky's the limit. You can also customize the gameplay rules and invite their friends to step into their Eternal Land and experience the creations firsthand. That's very interesting. It's a very, very different approach to a game like this, so it'll be really curious. It'll be really interesting to see how players react to that. Still in development, we provide a more detailed rundown of Eternal Land detail in due course on our dev blog. Season scenario options. You've experienced the Prime War. Range of new scenarios are currently in development, including the Silver Gate, a PvP scenario accessed via Stronghold Conquest, and also a faction confrontation scenario where players choose an NPC faction and step into the snowy and volcanic areas to the north of the main map. Okay, so they are going to use those areas for other stuff. Interesting. Fill out the sign-up form for a chance to be selected for the test. The dev team's been working on. See, like, you want to make sure that you are signing up for the test. Even if you were in the last test and so forth, make sure you are ready to go and make a character, for crying out loud. Don't make the same mistake everybody else did. Now where was the other thing I was looking for? That wasn't it. Yeah, I know they posted these. Is that under game news? All returning players from the previous beta will automatically have access to the upcoming test using their existing login accounts. Don't assume that. Don't assume that. New players are encouraged to stay tuned to our Discord and launch a pre-downloaded launcher ensures participation in the beta. See, like, you can't just do it with a launcher. You have to make a character. The pre-download phase will initiate several days before the beta launch and close upon reaching 150k downloads. So again, don't assume that if you had played prior that you will have access. Make sure you get in the game, you download it, make a damn character, then do whatever. It'll include the mobile iOS version. Of course, it has, yeah, players can continue playing the same character between PC and mobile. Europe servers. The Eternal Land feature unveiled the new script of a new game season, offering an enhanced immersive gameplay experience. And what was this? Let's see. I think this was just a yeah, copy paste type thing. Then we have the little dinosaur guy here now. Possess various abilities to assist you in combat and provide comfort and convenience in a world gone mad. Additional construction and combat features will also become available April 3rd, of course. You have to fill out their questionnaire for the mobile version. Yada, yada, yada. All right, so I'm going to just go through these clips that they sent. A lot of them are like paused clips that they incorporated and then like played out of the different deviations and such. So they're not like edited type ones, but we'll go through them and see how this goes. Let's see, where's the first one? Ah. So the teddy bear can res you. At least the teddy bear thing can. This was the Nutcracker guy. This was like the longer version of the Nutcracker. I think it just like slowly zooms up on him. The good old like angry freaking South Park teddy bear thing. That thing's gonna be a terror, you know that. Here's the beavers cutting down the trees. I can't remember if they said there was a limit on how many you could have out at once or how that went. I know somebody asked it or were talking about it with Derek said something about it in Discord the other day, but I don't remember what specifically he said. Yep, there's the jelly thing and then the nutcrackers. There's the weird blockhead things helping him farm. I can't even tell what they are. They look like those blockhead things from Remnant. There's the bees. Nothing in the notes about the gacha system. But I know majority of people didn't really like it, so I'm sure there'll be changes to it. They might have said something more about the gacha system in Discord itself too, like in, you know, just open channels and such. Exactly. Let me bring this over here real quick, and I'll try to do a search real quick while looking through. Oh, there's the alpaca. Laying down the law. I don't even know what that clip was supposed to be honest. Oh, it's a lead up to the other teddy bear one. That's what it was. Yep. Come on, the teddy bear shouldn't res you. It should just like eat you or something, spit you out, and you're better. Let's see. You've got a particular another creator specifically stating what Starry Studios is planning to apparently do, even though they don't work for Starry Studio. Sorry, I'm looking through Discord to see if there's any mentions to the gacha system. Uh, I should probably just search for. Maybe I'll just do that for like the video part that I'm gonna try to stitch together. Because there's like 53 freaking pages of these. Oh, these are actually further back. These are like, I'm back in January right now. But yeah, I need to look for mentions from like Derek specifically, I think. Um, let's see. Teddy Bear is very useful. They are revamping the content program. Hopefully they do that because there's definitely some people in there that are not. Yeah. Um, Full release. We'll have the full server list. Sorry, I'm looking just through his specific comments. Um, they specifically state again, of course, if you don't like something, like post about it. Please keep an open mind while you're seeing the system and provide more suggestions during CB3. They'll continue changing the direction of it if you don't like it. Field deviants can have several. Battle deviant can only have one. So you can have one battle deviant and several like harvesting ones. This. And every time I see a particular post from this particular person, it's constantly like negativity about the game. This question. PvP and PvE are separate. Okay, so it looks like they're staying with that. Unique skills for each deviant. Yeah, you can technically download the game now too, like the launcher and such. So make sure you do that. They will support game controller for release. This will be the last beta, which I could see them doing another one if things don't, There's always possibility that they could always delay release and such too. Deviant design contests. There will be more cute deviants. Well, access will be very limited. looking at it over here. I might as well just bring it over here. Fun furniture. Total 150K with whitelist included. That's what I was talking about as well, is the people from the previous tests and such, you need to make sure you create a character and such on the server, because this is the 150K they're talking about is including the whitelisted players. So make sure you get on to do it. First come, first get character creation. There you go. Like I was saying, there's some things that can be lost with, you know, how they're explaining stuff back and forth. Let's see. I think this was like where the video was prior. So I don't think there's very much. Yeah, most of the devs are in China. Okay, well, I guess that's pretty much it. So, yeah, make sure you go to their site, make sure you sign up, make sure you wishlist the game on Steam, especially because that also helps them. I don't know if they're redoing the gacha system, so it's going to be. I know some people are kind of torn about the whole the new deviation system, because it has, like, you know, cutesy type things that are included into it. Doesn't really fit the whole once human, like, mutations and so on and so forth. But it'll be interesting to see, because obviously, you know, Pal World kind of took the world by storm because of what it did with, like, being very Pal World. And, you know, this one I think could, obviously they don't want to create Pal World, but I think the inclusion of having some type of weird deviations like that helping you out could be kind of cool. But, you know, there's a lot of weird issues that I could see unfold, like, can people kill them? You know, is it going to create lag on the servers? Is it going to cause problems in areas around your bases? You know, all sorts of stuff. So we'll see how it plays out in the test. I don't know. We'll get to that. Test is on April 3rd. Make sure you do that. If you want to do the mobile test, make sure you sign up to the survey, because you won't get a chance to go into the mobile test unless you do that as well. If you are going to play this next test, download the launcher now, preferably. And as soon as you can, make a character that will reserve your spot on their servers. It should lock out just like last time. It will lock out, though, at 150K. So if you don't get in there and make a character, you're screwed. Too bad. So sad. Get over it. But anyway, let's move on to actually opening the box and such here. So let me move this camera over here. Oh no, I didn't incorporate the new camera into the into TikTok. Oh, that might be the end of the TikTok stream. Well, no, I guess I can just throw it up there real quick. 1 second. Move this camera over here. Okay, I know it's going to be dark back there. Just give me a second. I do have to incorporate a filter here, because I was dumb and forgot. Okay. So let's see if I can incorporate that into TikTok really quickly. Oof, I don't think I can. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh? Hmm. Let me just do this on the TikTok one quick. shut off that virtual camera. Sorry. I thought I had everything set up for this prior, but apparently I didn't. And that is definitely my fault. Wait a minute. There. We'll just do that. That should work. All right. Took me a little bit longer than I was intending, but fine. Now I will... That's not what I'm looking for. There we go. We need a little bit of light. Oh yeah, I probably should move this so it's a little bit straighter, huh? Oh, wrong way. Ah, look at that. This is technically, what am I trying to do here, camera? You good? Sorry, this is my old Logitech camera, so it's not the greatest. Likes to be finicky. You good now? Anyway, this is technically the first package where they sent this little band here and this really cool mouse pad. I tried to take pictures of a lot of this stuff. I was going to post them, but unfortunately my phone's camera is not very great, so we're just gonna go with these for now. But yeah, this is the I just realized the camera on... That's whatever. The TikTok camera's upside down, but you can... we're good. Hold your phone upside down. So, really cool mouse pad. This was their original box that they sent me. And then we had these. These were interesting. Now these be interesting to try to show. Camera might be a little just turned off autofocus too. See if that worked right there, maybe. Of course, this camera is like reversed, so it's like messing with my... Just ignore me. Come on, camera. Where's the focus here? You're not working with... Not... See, this is what I was going to do. I'm going to snippet this video. In here. Listen, camera. Can you please cooperate with me? Ah! No, right there. Come on. You can do it. Okay, maybe it can't do it. Oh my god, I hate Logitech cameras so much. Right there. I'll leave it right there. Alright. Well, it's bright because of the light that I turned on. And of course, these are shiny surface, so. But we got that one. Of course, you guys have seen this one in the game before. These are actually, hang on, I got to cover up something. These are actually postcards. Kind of hard to see because it's a white back, but yeah. These are actually kind of postcards, which are really We've got this one. This reminds me of The Division. Good old sitting at the TV there. Fun. That one's a good one. The good old bus. Hope that the bus is a little more violent this time. And that is actually the one that you see on the mousepad. Officially, it'll be like releasing and so forth later on this year. The next test is April 3rd. I just talked about it for like the last hour. We went over some of this other stuff. We're gonna kind of see him there. Let me take this focus off so that it adjusts again. Bam, there we go. Of course, it's got to be shiny. But those are all really, really cool. Now, yeah, if you're looking for the test, next test is April 3rd. It got delayed by like a week. They rebuilt the entire deviation system. It will include EU servers. There's going to be an like entirely new world building system called Eternal Land, which is an entire like another discussion of the crap. And then of course, if you didn't see that prior, it's a little bit. Of course, it's obviously not in English, so this says once human. So, okay. Look at the box. Now, I'm going to open this from the bottom because of obvious reasons, and I don't have enough. I don't have enough markers to cover up that many labels because this box came from China, and it might be covered up actually. The last box that I got from them actually had a what do they call it? Like an Air Force sticker or something on it. It was really weird. Hey, what's up, Marl? How you doing? Okay, so unfortunately, the best I can do for a camera above it, but yeah, we'll go with this. Now, technically, to be clear, I do know what this is because they told me they were going to send it. However, the part that you aren't privy to at this point is when I got the box. When I got the box and lifted it up, you could immediately hear rattling. And of course, if a box came all the way from China, that you could always imagine what that means. So, I don't think it's going to be in one piece, considering the noises that I heard. But I'll show you some before pictures as well, if it ends up being what I think it's going to end up looking like. But I did also grab stuff for repairs to do to it, so one of these days I should probably work on actually mounting a camera straight up. All right, smaller box. I don't know what that noise was. Okay, so Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Boy, I wish you guys could hear that noise. Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to be really careful taking this out because, yeah. If you've ever had something in the mail where it was glass and you heard that noise, just imagine that noise, because that's exactly what I'm hearing. Okay, so I'm going to move this because I would rather not get glass shards all over this. Is that going to be too shiny? It'll have to do. Oops. Did I bump the camera? Now the line's not straight. Okay. So. Oh, goodness. Yep. Oh, that's not the noise you want to hear. I think it just broke something else. But we're going to open it from the side. Oh, yeah, that's... First thing I see. That should tell you something, right? So, yep. Yep, very, very much. Very, very much broken. Oh, man, that is very sad. Camera, can you please not right now? Let me fix the focus here. Okay. So. Oh, there goes some more glass. Yep, there's some in there. Okay, so as you can see, it was not handled with care. You can... Oh, there goes a piece. You could definitely see what it was, right? Okay. So. Let me show you what it was, okay? Because that'll do it a lot more, justice than that. Where is... Oh, TikTok. Oh, no, they'll still eat on my... So... This is what it was... Oh, I gotta switch the camera, hang on. On. This is what it was previously. These were hand-built and designed by their team. Really, really cool design because it's the new creature in the game. You can see the back of it here. I had them send me the pictures as well because as soon as I heard the rattling, I was like, yeah, not going to be good news. This was the original, the very, very first one that they made. Obviously, you can tell that it's not spelled correctly. Mine is. So, yeah, that's the package. Let me see what I can do about. Okay, so. Let me light, please. Thank you. That didn't really help. Nope. Definitely did not. All right. I don't even know where to begin with this. I really don't. Okay, so glass. not glass. Wow, that is that is really really broken. All right. Piece there. And it's not like, I mean, it's pretty thick glass. Yeah, let's just remove all of that. I am so sorry to whoever made this by hand. Because, yeah. More pieces. Man, they broke the bricks. They, like, there's one of the wires. I'm gonna have to learn how to build models, because that's the only way this is getting repaired. That's a stick. That's a plant. That's a wire, I think. Glass. Interestingly enough. Oh, I see what partially happened. So, this is, well, obviously they weren't very cautious with it, but this is, I mean, pretty thick glass. I mean, you can see the, like, how thick the edges is, right? But if you look at the top here, it's not thick at all. In fact, it's like literally paper thin. So any kind of pressure on the top of this was going to shatter it anyway. Yeah, this is going to have to be rebuilt from the ground up. Like, even the bricks are broken. Even this, like, the little robot guy next to him is broken. And of course, this isn't on them either. This is the shipping team that did a wonderful job. You can see how, like, thin that is. Now, I did go and buy a bunch of crap, because I knew it was going to be broken. So, there's shards like right in that edge too, and if I go reaching in there, that's not going to happen. I don't even know if these are going to work. They're like wedged down in there. Oh, he's entirely disconnected. So you can kind of see him. Camera is terrible at focusing. Might even be better on this one. Not really. Yeah, he is completely destroyed. Even his foot is broken. Well, he's kind of got parts of him. Nope, they broke off every single piece off of him. I don't even know if you can see that. They... Shit. Yeah, these were all, you haven't seen, there's a switch in the bottom of this that lit up. Obviously not anymore, because these are completely destroyed and so forth. Yeah, Yeah, it's not gonna. I need something that can actually grab, like a pin. So I'm going to have to look at how they designed it in that picture and rewire it as well as rebuild it. Ew. So, I mean, you can see that this is the one that's supposed to be on the big guy, of course. That was a lot of shards that just came out. Yep. That is a lot of... Okay, I would blow in that, but it would entirely have all those little tiny glass shards come out, so... Design. Does it have batteries in it? No. Okay, good. So I will see. That one might actually still work because it's still hooked up. Anybody happen to have any videos about model building? Because I might need them, possibly. I'm very glad that I moved the mouse pad as well. Okay, so... I'm gonna grab batteries for this in a second, but 3D print resin doll. Yeah, that'd be interesting. If I had a 3D printer. And you can see that it is spelled correctly this time. So, let me grab batteries and a broom real quick. See if at least that light works still. That plant's destroyed. I'm gonna have to redo that entirely. Let me grab this real quick. But yeah, you can definitely see, I mean, it was gonna break. Like, you can see how thick this edge is. And how thin that is right there. Like, that's literally like, you know, just tapping on it is gonna crack it. Oh, I need to actually measure this. That's right, because I did get a dome, but I think the dome that I could get here by me is too small. But let me grab a broom. Grab some batteries. I don't know if they're gonna work. Hey, what's up, Ashen? Yeah, I know at least one other person's was broken. Good thing I moved all this stuff. But I mean, like, it was gonna break either way, considering the tops. Trying to figure out where to set this. Okay. Let's see. I don't even know if these batteries have any charge to them right now. Oh, that's a shame. Of course, the batteries are probably just dead, because this is still looks like it's hooked up. I wouldn't doubt if these batteries are dumb. I don't know if I have any AAAs that actually have any charge to them. Oh, wait, nope. There we go. I saw it. Yep. You can see it lit up right there. That bulb still works. That's good. Progress. Something that wasn't broken on it. So, this all obviously has to be redone, though. Like, he's demolished. Every single one of the things that go around these lights is shattered. Including his head, so. Really cool design work, though. I'm gonna have to compare it against the video or the pictures that they sent me so that I can figure out how I'm gonna redo this. Yeah, the wire is definitely loose. I mean, the connections are kind of bent to hell from everything too, so we'll deal with that later. That's not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, this was going to shatter. Like I said, the walls to this are thick, but the top of it is paper thin. Now, I think this one, in fact, I'm almost positive just looking at it right now, is going to be a little too thin. Oh, wait. Man, it's like... Oh, wait, no, it fits. I think this base is actually designed for that size. It's just really snug. Okay. See? some things are sort of working out. But yeah, you can definitely tell a difference in this. I mean, these, like the whole wall here is super thick, and like, obviously you can't really see how thick the top of it is, but just looking at the top, it looks a lot more dense than this one was. So it might be a little bit taller, but because based upon how it looks after meeting and get, yeah. I'll have to take the sticker and stuff off. That's not going to come off cleanly. We'll have to deal with that later. So, I'm not going to do it now, obviously, because it would probably take me... It's going to take me too long to do this. But I am going to have to... I actually got glow-in-the-dark hot glue. Figured that'd be cool on it. But, yes, there will probably be another video at some point here of me having to rebuild it. Because I'm going to have to actually look at the pictures they sent and examine them. I mean, it's pretty simple, but my issue is my issue is I don't know if this was like a completely new wired... I don't know how they wired this one in. So I'm going to have to look at their pictures better, because this one doesn't really show me very well. And the picture that I see on the monitor right now, like I see... at least 2 wires coming out of the back of this guy. Which is, one is this green one, I believe. And then that, I bet you, is... Oh, wait, maybe not. No, this is just a black wire. This might have been just glued onto it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Because, I mean, like, a lot of the other random stuff here is whatever. I mean, he's definitely got some issues here. Yeah, not sure. I can't really... I don't see another wire down there. But yeah, his foot's supposed to go, like, right there. There's even, like, a little metal peg there for his foot, too. Although, not really wanting to stand on that peg very... Looks like it looks like he was leaning forward. Like right there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to remove this foliage as well, so I can get in there and like actually repair it correctly. But I mean, that's the model. I mean, that's what they sent. Like I said, I kind of had a really, really bad feeling, and I knew it was going to happen as soon as I opened the box, so. But it is what it is. I'm really appreciative of it. It is a very, very unique model. It's going to be even more unique once I get my hands on it. So, that's about it. I think we've pretty much kind of covered our basis of Once Human, what's coming up. Make sure you sign up to the tests on their website. Make sure you wishlist the game on Steam. Make sure you make a character. Do not just try to register for the game. You need to make a freaking character. 150,000 includes the people that were from previous tests. So make sure... Wow, that brick is literally disconnected. So yeah, make sure you get on to do that. And if you want to register for the mobile test, you have to do their survey. And so forth there too. But, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that talk and discussion. I will be obviously covering the game again when it comes out for this test. But now I have to figure out how to make models. So, catch you guys later. Thank you all for very much for hanging out and chatting with me and checking out the game and all that. Sorry, this was a little bit of a... that. I'll show you again the before I log off here. Here we go. I'll switch this scene so you can see it. There we go. So yeah, that's what the model was supposed to look like. Dropped it. I've got so much stuff on my desk now. Yep, that was the original. That was the back of the original. So you can see how this guy's wired in, but some of these are just not even wires. They're just kind of like there for decoration, so I'll have to see. But I'm glad that this top that I bought actually fits. That's cool. But I will catch you guys later. Thank you all very, very much again. We will figure this out at some point, and I will be doing another talk about Once Human and such as it approaches. See you guys on April 3rd. Make sure you get those things downloaded and registered.